Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events, such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services, and your friends in business. Hello, listeners. This is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful, inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it out for you.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. We want to welcome you. This is the examiner. Just bear with me very quick right here to try to make some adjustment here. Okay, we say good evening and welcome. I'm Afonso Z, and so right here from the East Coast, happy Sunday morning, evening, afternoon, depending on location. We want to welcome you. This is our regular conversation here, and of course, I intend to have you to be part of this conversation here because too much is just unfolding and happening simultaneously at the same time. And the ordinary Liberian tend to be the victims, while the politicians and the decision policy maker, those who were kind of like eliminate the 73 men and women, because this is where the debacle, this is where all of the drama is unfolding. We want to see what happens from the Supreme Court. People talking about protests, is it necessary? Who really, was there any crime committed in this whole thing here? We got some documents complain. We did hear that, but we receive very hard copy from source very close to what is happening. But I think we as a Liberian, as a people, we should also participate. To the analysts, the link is out there just in case. This evening is a good one for you to join the conversations as usual. And I'll be on early tomorrow morning at 5 Eastern Standard Time in the special edition. Part of that is to talk to those that are familiar with the case, those that are lawmakers, how we got to this point. And there's an audio that we have here in our possession. We're going to give you a little gist, but we intend to speak to those people directly. And I will hope to make sure this line, I hope it is activated. Hopefully that is activated, and then you can also have your say into this whole thing. And we saw the guy surfacing again. Is that his return? Is it a gradual process? What it all means? The Director General of the State Broadcasting Corporation, ELBC, which of course that position is equivalent to a cabinet post. I don't know. He loves the microphone. So is there a misplacement again with what we saw happening in the George Weah administrations? Is that the same as it is now or will be in the Joseph Boyka administration, when he should be focusing on the growth of the State Broadcasting Corporation's rural communication network to be revitalized, reactivated, functioning sort of programs in the vernacular, traditional type program, dialects, and all of that to be, to be ongoing, so that we will know what is happening within our country. Has it turned to be like a spokesperson or to be a defense line for the government? Yes, fair to mention he does work for the government, but we do have the Ministry of Information, or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, depends on the scenario, the nature of the case. At some point in time, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which happens to be the doyens of the cabinet, then speak to that. Other than that, the Ministry of Information, the official spokespersons of the government of the Republic of Liberia, when there's something that surrounds the government, people say it be an ordinary citizen or someone influential, say it's stuff, it is within the purview of the Ministry of Information to debunk press statement, press briefing, statement, or whatever you might call it, tweets, or whatever. We have so many sources of communicating now and then, and just to kind of like set the stage, hey, this is not true. We have no idea where that is coming from. But Eugene Lamin Fargon, a furrier of microphone like myself, will not contain himself. And my predictions, he could potentially get himself in trouble without he knowing what he's doing. Yes, these are the same people that took the defense line to defending government of a variety of things, which is okay, you support. But for heaven's sake, for God's sake, you have a specific task to make sure the State Broadcasting Corporation is functional, remain neutral, be it oppositions, impositions, and then Liberians should be able to express their view. But we do believe our ultimate goal is to promote government's agenda, not necessarily to come in the defense of the government when ordinary citizen speak his or her mind and then to jump on the airway because you want to talk and talk and talk and talk. That is not right. And I think he will shortly get himself into trouble, like he alluded, his own mouth can put him into trouble. And that's what want to happen. Well, Dr. Toto, all of you guys, the link is out there just in case you want to come. I have a very, very strong view against that. This sort of lack of political maturity, and everybody wants to be a loyalist. We saw that playing out in the last time around, and that didn't go well. And all of them, they sat on some of these platforms, the front on the multiple people speaking, well, this minister will come, this other director will come. I'm speaking as a director, not as a minister. You cannot be in two places at the same time. You can't be minister today in 1 hour and in the next 2 hours, and then you're a minister. 1 hour, you do all your tabata, all your talking, no hey, no tay, mix up everything, because you simply want to be recognized or noticed, or for people to lay on your voice. And then in a second, you come back to say you want to be a director or minister. I think we should come past, we need to have responsible leaders, managers. You know, when you're a manager, people look up to you to make informed decisions. But it is just ridiculous for a director general. I didn't remember seeing folks like Alhaji G.V. Kroma. He did some other crazy thing. He got in trouble with Samuel Doe at some point in time. I didn't remember seeing Moses Washington, Leo Shannon, all of those great people. But again, time was involved, and so people adapt to what is happening today. But my prediction, Eugene Lamin Fargon will sooner or later get himself into trouble because he likes talking. So is see another versions of misplacements by the Joseph Boycott administration to have Eugene Fargon to go to the State Broadcasting Corporation, Henry Costa speak, any other person speak, and you come, you want to put it in check, you want to put, I said, record straight because you are historians or what, you know how to mend words together and stuff like that. No, that should not be the rule. If the government feels whatever been expressed by a citizen or someone, it is a ministry of information. For God's sake, we frowned on these things yesterday. But everybody wants to be like the Sapamaya now of the administration, to be the left foot back, to make sure your defense is strong. While it is true, I have my own prediction, or have my own view, opinions of Henry Costa, but he's an ordinary person. He's an ordinary citizen. He speaks his mind. And I think if you say anything on the contrary that doesn't sound right to the government of the Republic of Liberia, the Ministry of Information should come out and denounce and be able, or sometimes to kind of just water it down, give a tweet and say whatever you want to say. But for the Director General on Sunday to come out for an hour plus, to respond to an ordinary, respond to a citizen, that is, I just see that weird. Or is he just finding a way to stand before the microphone? All of that. Well, folks, we say happy Sunday. Mr. Tanu, always good. Thank you for always being here. Madam Hov, Mr. Kamara, Prince, Wilton Ketot, Independent Guy, Lakit, Mr. Roosevelt, good to have you here this evening. Benedict Venicio as well. Amberlight Cooper, good to have you here. Thank you so much. Timons, Joseph, and all of the rest of the guys. So tomorrow early mornings I'm going to be on here. We are in search of answers to what happens, what went wrong. Because the key question here is if what a crime is being committed. It's been widely reported, we've been seeing it on a video, a lawmaker said he was called, and there was a bribe. We put that in the chat room. Hopefully we're going to put this document out as well. A formal complaint is being filed. And the representative of Bapolu, the whistleblower, will reach out to him today. Representative Luther Sandy Collins will be my special guest early tomorrow. That's going to be 5 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. local time in Liberia. We are in the process to explore what went wrong and how these people are coming up with their decision. So we're giving everyone the opportunity. Remember, a couple of days ago, I played host to Representative Jacob DB, who is for Kofa, Speaker Kofa, the embattled speaker. Luther too also supports Kofa. So we are going the other side to get the other side. New is all about making it fair, balanced, and proportional. So there are two. Jeremiah Gao Soka is District Number 1 to Representative Granger County, Republic of Liberia, and Representative Mary Johnson, District Number 2. They have agreed to come right here on the Diaspora Informative News Network, Liberia Public Radio, and they will be here on Wednesday. I want to have this sort of conversation. It's just to get a sense. Our job is to have these sort of conversations, and then they will decide. But let me just also incite my own worry with what is happening in the Costa and that of Eugene Fagon to word, respond. You remember the President George Weah and that of Alex Comey, respond. I don't know when Costa comes back, will he come again to say something? I don't know. But I just feel that's not his place. And he could most likely get himself into trouble. Now, let me tell you what is potentially probably is playing out as a lesson to a young man, Costa, very brilliant, articulate. He knows how to get those words together. So he knows how to persuade. He knows how to get things worked out. Because I remember during the Helen Johnson Sirleaf time when he was incarcerated, at those days, at that time, there was no Facebook Live. I think I was privileged to have an interview with him two or three times when he was incarcerated during the Helen Johnson Sirleaf time. You guys remember, I had a conversation with him, and from that, I noticed very smart, good, smart gentleman, except that there are some other things that he needs to work on. We are all human beings. We all have our own pitfall. But here I see it's happening, and Eugene Fagon doesn't understand the English, or he doesn't get it. He's being left out of the bell wheel, and so he doesn't know, and so he's jumping ahead now, making the statement. I see there's some sort of potential ploy here on the part of the Unity Party. Unity Party is a very deep-rooted party. And bear in mind, folks within the Unity Party, most of them, those progressive, those Moja boys for so long, to be getting to state power. even though they were there when the guy Amos, Claudius Sawyer, and all of that. And since then, they have been figuring out a way to get something. But I see there's a sort of entanglement. Unity Party is putting in place a contingency plan to find another voice, someone who's going to be doing their dirty work. And potentially, Heron Costa is perfectly suited to do that because they know what's going to be happening in the next couple of months to come. So they are making a contingency plan. So I'm wondering as to whether Eugene Fagon is in the loop of all of that. And that when Costa comes out, it's glaring. I'm not sure. He's not an original guy of the Unity Party. We all know what's been going on. There will be a rough edges at some point in time because during the last ministerial meeting, Cohn was very vocal. He spoke his mind. He expressed his dissatisfaction on some of the things that were happening. That did not come within the public domain, but we managed to get all of those information things that were playing out. And so with all of this here, I believe they are putting in place a spoon night where there will come a time things will get rough. Things will they're gonna go the way others. Who the person that did their work. They know the clouds that hangs over this gentleman. So Unity Party, in a smart mind, and to prepare themselves to solidify their political grip, the only person that they can turn to get this done is Henry Costa, and he's very good at doing that. So he came out Saturday, and he exploded, finding a way. And he said, where it's necessary, he's going to come back, and he has the right to do that as a citizen. But for the Director General of the Liberian Broadcasting Corporation, I feel if the government feels, or the Ministry of Information, which is a rightful institution, feel what happens, whatever information put out there for Mr. Costa, if it was wrong, they have the right to come and say, to debunk or counter his point. Instead, Eugene Fagon jumped out of the wagons and came and started boom, and started exploding. He doesn't know how these Moja socialist guys operate. He's not one of them. So that sort of language, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. I predict I see himself getting himself into trouble because Costa was very much strategic. He found himself in multiple places, hate the government, hate the opposition black, presented himself in a very neutral positions in different form. But ultimately, we know a snowman is a snowing person. And as the saying goes, wise man changes, we will know. But they are preparing themselves. Unity Party is concerned to what's going to be happening in the long term. There's a long-term payout for which they are making that sort of preparation as well. But it can't just happen bomb like this. It must be a gradual process. And this is a perfect storm in this whole Capitol building type debacle. He, as an advocate in his own right to speak, of course, exactly that's why he was speaking. And somebody with a sort of thin skin who can let anything go, who feels they're going to be the Mayfield general of the government, decided to take the microphone to counteract and put in doing some facts check, all of that. But I'm telling you, the appearance of Mr. Hendron Costa is not in isolation. Let me bring in Wilton Ketter. Wilton Ketter is our senior contributor to the Liberal Public Radio. He's based in Connecticut. So, Mr. Ketter, good evening. Welcome.
Thank you, brother. So, the great independent.
So,
Thank you for the show.
Why are the Washingtons tonight? Are they having a holiday celebrations or why it is?
I saw I saw Mr. Jerry Washington, now independent, back on,
Yeah.
telling me, he acknowledged when I sent a request and he acknowledged it, and now he's now on the show. Apparently, listening to the other network, you have had a change of mind, and so it will be very disastrous if they come on this platform tonight to spill out Tabata. They will meet up with some stiff resistance and intellectual dialogue. So I think they're afraid because I mean the cat has been let out of the bag, and so we know all of the dealings now in the country as far as the removal, as far as uh, army wives, I mean army people not taking pay, and the whole dysfunctional in the government. I heard you talking about Eugene Fagon, and I mean it's just a whole big mess we are in. So they will not come. I can bet you this. Mr. Toll will not come. Washington Bacon will not come. Maybe Terry will come because he's wishy-washy. One minute he's independent, the next minute he's washing. Maybe he will come, and maybe my appearance here will bring the mathematician slash
Oh,
politician will be
somebody
here
tried
too.
to prove, somebody tried to prove you wrong. So, the Russians, they are always a light to make sure. So just by calling his name, I don't know what are you guys trying to be in the same form. You see, he tries to imitate you. He's doing anything possible he can to be like an independent. So whatever suit that you're wearing, he tries to wear that and all of that. Okay, Mr. Gerald Bacon is LPRC analyst, providing expertise to this network here. Thank you so much, Mr. I saw the guy was taking hit at you, my man. He defied you, say you was incoming. I was surprised to see you. Could even happen Sunday.
That's why I made me a security. The Israeli train.
Oh, you want to be like me now? Why are you following my
I would never
footsteps?
be like you, and you would never be
What?
like me in the first place. To be honest with you, you'd never be like me.
Mr. To, we are intellectual. We know how to use reverse psychology to bring them and pound them on this show. You see it? It working. Somebody will
Sooner
appear.
or
Watch
later,
this.
sooner or later he will either send text to Terry, but they and Terry, they are not as close as they don't see Terry to be one of them because Terry sometimes get a very moderate tone, tries to be objective, but then he wants to go so when the liberal try to say things, the liberal try to intimidate him, they say, oh, papi, papi. Then papi believe you, papi, go drink pound one, go on the pound one free and listen to some alcohol, something scum. We're talking serious thing here. Jerry back on good evening.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
okay, like
yeah, too much is going on with this whole representative thing here. It's just so hard. But we managed to get some audio. I want to play a here to listen. There's some document I put in the chat room. You guys saw it, right?
yeah, but I was not able to go through it. But anyway, I can.
I was
I'll
able
be
to
going.
read it because
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll try to bring it up on my phone, but I couldn't get it. But I can still go on it. Maybe I can go
Yeah,
on
it's
it
just
and see what
basically
it
it's the complaint here. But what is very much interesting is this audio. But in the meantime, this is the examiner. I don't know what you have examined from your end. In the interest of fairness, I will give you guys the opportunity to see what is the burning issue. I hope my line here is activated at this event. We intend to hear because we hear a lot of things, protests, some temple of justice, and all of that. So the ordinary librarian can speak. They too have a big share in this whole thing here. So we just here as a facilitator to lay out the groundwork to have this sort of conversation. But Keto, let me just go to you. What are you concerned with as a librarian seeing what is unfolding uh, in our country? It's quite interesting. Natari, Keto.
well, I think these people that the Liberian people trusted and gave the country to run, I think they have taken the Liberian people for granted and running their own thing, doing their own thing. Not they don't care about the well-being of the Liberian people that gave them the power to govern them, and so I think we'll be experiencing some kind of civil unrest in the country on Tuesday. if those lawmakers do not, get together and do the work of Liberian people. And it will not only be because of the legislator, or the lawmaker. It will be the conglomeration of everything that has been, happening in the country. Have been happening in the country. Um, Speaking of the dysfunctional in the executive, the massive corruption that's taking place, the unpaid police officers who, been working since February up to now, they have not gotten paid. I think about either 600 or more of them. We're talking about the fire, uh, EPS guys will all pay. There will be a host of whole lot of things coming together just under the banner of this one protest that the title will be legislative disobedience or whatever, but it a whole, it's a host of all, a whole lot of stuff that will be happening in the country. And I think it's not good for our country at this point, because investor will not be looking at our country to go in if there is some civil unrest. And it's only because of what the people they put down there, they are not competent enough to govern the country, to move the country in a direction where it will attract foreign investors.
Okay.
Even though the people are living at their pocket. Yeah.
Okay. Let me hold you
Well,
there. Jerry has developed an artificial to it, meaning he's uncomfortable. What you're saying, he doesn't agree with it. And, we're not like the liberal who sanction voices. For us, we always like to hear from both sides. So, Mr. Bacon,
Yeah.
you listen, is Keto on point?
Nonsense. Pure nonsense. I watch it. I don't know which river, I don't know what part of Grand Chile you're coming from, is going down the creek. So, you people here, the right wing, just exacerbate the thing. You're put on fire, and when pull comes to shove, you can be nowhere around. You come here and tell people say they are not taking pay since February. What? Show me the statistics. Show me the record right now from February. Are you out of your mind to come on national Lpr radio, TV to say people are not taking pay since that time? Man, look, don't start a nonsense. Sit down here, people incompetent. Who are incompetent that they can run the government? That's as ridiculous. That's one of the ridiculous things I ever heard from the far right on this show. But here's the thing. Mr. Boga have taken responsibility of that is in charge. He has dismissed people, he has suspended people, and he has replaced people. So let us get out of there. The first thing I want to say here is let's get the ball rolling.
Has anybody been prosecuted as well? Just quickly.
Prosecution, that's the last resort. That's the last resort. A level of ministry of justice. That's the last resort. That's the last resort.
Okay.
Yes, it means. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, it is working. So I don't see why people want to go on the street there and say they're going to demonstrate, they're going to do civil disobedience. That's their choice. That's what the Constitution provides for. But here's the thing: one representative, he can fit a boss and say, you know what, I don't like the way the speaker is running the place. I'm going to file a complaint. That's it. That's a right. The 42 people, it's their right to say the sitting speaker, he corrupt, partial, impartial, whatever you want to call it. That's your right. I don't see why people want to castigate these people. This is the people's constitutional right to say we are not doing this. This is what is Constitution called for. The Constitution is working in our country. So I don't see why people come here and can't talk the people the riding car. You pay for it. You give it again. If not there, vote it out. The next
so are they working within the confines of the Constitution?
Of course they are. They are working the Constitution. The Constitution provide as a citizen of the nation. Like my brother said with Tabata, you're talking, it's their right to protest or whatever they want to do. That's why they have their own law within the judicial of the confines of their responsibility as its representative.
So their law supersedes the judiciary, or what?
They are all independent bodies.
they work in isolation?
No, they're not working in isolation, but they are independent
Okay,
bodies.
you come here
There are
telling me
branches. There are three branches of government. There are three branches of government.
who interprets the law?
Who interpret the law?
Yes.
It's a judiciary interpret the law.
So what the heck when the judicial
Who created the law? Who created? No. It's not. I'm saying let's go to civics.
This is how you guys behave here. You and your liberal on this network here. You always put out a rare meat to falsehood out there. Now you're telling me you wasn't able to tell me that the judiciary interprets the law. You were telling us here that the wrongs are they on their own. So literally, that's what you are saying. So if you agree with me, those who make the laws are the same people that are violating the laws today because and I'm going to be playing something here for you to listen to it, and you as an expert in law enforcement to see whether it is a right thing. But I got to make my man Keto to respond to these sort of red me you throw your Keto. You listen to this guy.
Look, let me tell you something. Once the Boasians have nothing to say, they end up putting us shakara, what we call shakara, the Nigerian or saying for tabata. And what Mr. Jerry Bashan, not independent, saying right here. Look, it is clear. You cannot have it both ways. We are saying the Liberian people are coming out on Tuesday. And for me, it is not in the best interest of the country. But they have been forced to do it because we have an inept government. A government that from day one violated our constitution from day one. In fact, not even day one. Before they became a legitimate government.
What's the violation? What's the violation?
The violation number one. The president office order an agency to purchase 5 vehicles in the tune of almost $500,000. It was violation of our constitution. He has no legitimate right to do that. Corruption at its highest. Corruption at its highest. We're talking about people being relieved of the position illegally. Turn your positions illegally, violation of our constitution. We're talking about a group of renegade lawmakers who decide they cannot sit to express their grievances on a legitimate constitutional authority, but to go to R&J and have meeting where the Liberian people and they paying $200 every night, 43 or 42 of them, where you cannot even pay police officer. By the way, the people that were recruited just before President Weah left office, they were commissioned by Joseph Boakai government. They put them in uniform. They assigned them on the streets to arrest keke, people that were driving or motorbike or airmen. Those people have been working since February. They have not gotten paid. I made the CEO to speak with one of the police officers. It was confirmed. Mr. Police Director came on and said they were not captured in the budget. So there's a likelihood that they will not take pay the next year, the next budget cycle. And I speak with those people every day. I don't come here and make stories up. I'm telling you the reality. Isn't that true that Joseph Boakai, Commerce Minister, was let go because of corruption? Isn't that true that two of the DA officers or director or bosses were fired just recently because of corruption? Isn't that true? When Fatiga accused Abraham Krumah of playing or double D with drug dealers, they ended to fight. Isn't that true? Look, Mr. Boasian, let me tell you, we don't come here and post stories, foster, or we put narrative that are in the public space already. You cannot even defend that.
Okay, let's give him the opportunity. So
I yield to you, Mr.
Let's give him the opportunity. Mr. Bacon?
Good. I like this show tonight. Here's the reason. The title of the show, Examiner. That's one of the best. Examiner. You know, my brother come here and fabricate stories. First of all, give me the article that Mr. Bwaka have violated. Give me one article in the Constitution. First of all, the 5 vehicle you talk about is in the preview of the law that he put in the 5 view. The 5 vehicle you're talking about. When you talk about the DEA, he was not fired because of corruption. He fired because there was internal fighting. They couldn't manage it. When it comes to the commerce minister, he resigned. He was not fired. The commerce minister resigned.
Did he resign at his own volitions, or he was pressured to resign?
He resigned. Whatever category you put it in, the man resigned. He resigned. He resigned.
Who asked him to resign?
That's you are the journalist. Go investigate. That's your responsibility. Nobody asked him to resign. He resigned voluntarily. He said he resigned. He not say.
And another one, ROC.
Okay, yeah, let me ask you here. You know, the examiners always, you saw me asking Mr. Ketoye as well. Was there any violations, any alleged crime being committed, you think?
There's no crime being committed. If there's no crime being committed, if there's a crime committed, then he will be arrested but not be prosecuted. So there's no crime being committed. If the crime committed, the Ministry of Justice is there. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Bureau is there. That's the responsibility. So so far I'm concerned, there's no crime being committed.
You with your background, do you think he needs to be investigated to determine as to whether there was a crime committed?
That is the preview of the executive mansion. It is a preview of the executive mansion.
You talk to the executive mansion. That's what I'm asking you.
And what I'm saying is the preview. It's the preview of the executive mansion. It's the preview of the Ministry of Justice. It's the preview of the Ministry of Justice or the Minister of Justice or the county attorney. It's the county attorney or the district attorney to prosecute whosoever commit crime within our country. That's the responsibility of the justice ministry, and also the executive mansion.
So unless you say you want to be a partisan, you are here as an analyst, you should give your objective view. This is why you guys don't do, because all of you are partisans. So you're
I'm giving it to you. Ask me the question. You give it to me. I say, ask me the question. I am giving it to you.
When you are an analyst, you will be objective because you want to give information as it should be. You don't add, you don't subtract, you don't fabricate, you don't be politically correct. And that's exactly what you are doing here tonight.
I'm not. I'm giving it to you raw. I'm giving it to you raw. If the crime is committed, every individual in that country is their responsibility. The Constitution providing they are innocent until proven guilty. That's the same thing you're saying about it. Hold on, sir. Sir, you give me the opportunity. Let me answer your question. Okay. It's the same responsibility our brother saying. That's it. Every individual in our country, they are innocent until proven guilty. It's a sinful that have been forwarded to the.
That was not your language a couple of months ago. Everybody were guilty. You came out here with the liberal progressive, and everyone was in that basket of deplorable. Everybody was criminal.
The only thing, listen to me. You can go back and play my tape. The only thing I said the bribery that was taking place in the car. Okay, that is a felony. If these people, it is true that it can be proven that bribery was committed the day of that fiasco or bribery that was videotape. Is it proven? That's why I said behind that cabinet, the picture that behind you is a crime scene. It need to be investigated. I still stand on my position. That's my responsibility as a security analyst. That's what I said. I'm still standing. Go play my tape.
You've been very biased. You are one-sided. Kettle, this guy is not answering my questions, and so let me just come to you here. You listen to what he's saying. He playing politics.
Yeah, the thing about it, and I can't really fight him of force him to speak, the way he's supposed to, send that message, that truthful message to Liberian people, because his connection, he has been, or how you call it, intertwined with this administration that is not doing anything right. And so he will not speak truth to power. And so this the place that the first thing he said that the purchasing of 5 vehicles by the president or deputy Crispy is legal. It was legal. Anybody, you can help me here, or CEO, you can help me. You, the president-elect, was not president proper when he's appointed all the men who he has not even appointed to be his chief of staff, ordering an entity within a legitimate government to purchase 5 vehicles. And then you tell me, say it was legal? Being a security expert, talking about cyber crime. Sometimes we got to take our political hat off and look at the bigger picture of our country. If this shoe was the other way around, that you saw it in another administration, will you say it was legal? Will you say somebody who, or minister, sitting minister, who have conflict of interest with a company in the country that the people, even the very government is against? All right, we're talking about MedTech. This certain minister instructing another agency to use money from that group to purchase him a vehicle, whereas this individual has been seen defending this entity or this group, and you tell me it's not corruption? He resigned at his own volition. Mr. Jerry Boschen, I think it's about time you guys take off your political hat and be patriotic to our country for once.
Okay, the conversation is
all we
about
have.
to get interesting.
Can I come in?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just welcome my co-host first, and then you can come in. Okay. So you're on your own here tonight. So just send a text message to your guy. Dr. Marla Jones is here. He is our educational analyst, and also always help me out here to get things going. You know, you see how the network is quiet, peaceful here tonight, because the liberal is not here. Once the liberal comes, everything busts into flame, and then he and Jerry all over the place. They don't answer people questions. They answer the way they're supposed to answer it. And part of what we do here, we need to provide answers, honest answers, not to be that too political. But it's not a surprise to me because you got pick a side. So you will always do this sort of salad dressing question. Dr. Jones, happy Sunday. Good to see you. I love that suit.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay.
This is the suit. There's the suit of the co-host. I know a lot of people don't want to see it, but
well, they got a deal with it. I don't know why they got a deal with it.
I know Keto want to see it, but no problem.
The other people we can't call in the other side of the world, they play the air now, they are burning with ink. So, but we're going to treat you nice. We're going to give you an equal time. We're not going to disadvantage you, so that your host will see how fair we are when we are in charge. We do not sanction voices. We do not create artificial phone lines that work for a certain group of Liberians, and it doesn't work for another group of Liberians. These things has to stop. Jerry Bacon, let's hear you.
You know, my brother, but man, you from constitutional state, one of the 13 colonies of the United States of America. Out of nine, you know the constitution of the country because you live in a constitution state. So by right, you know, you got that constitution name is very, very important. How dare you to come here and fabricate story? Fabricate story that the incoming or government, they are not even taking office. Then they say the auto car. I mean, you listen to yourself. Do you listen to yourself? Do you listen to your own statement? The incoming government, they are not even taking office. Then the auto car. How possible can it be? Who run the government at a time? Who gave the budget? They are not even taking office. Then you say they come with auto cars. Well, let me tell you something. That is total fabrication. Some kind of exacerbating here. It is wrong. If we can't hear you want to be analyst, let's be the analyst. Let's be objective to the Liberian people or to our listeners.
We should be what?
I just told you. You heard me.
I have the right to ask you.
Can you correct him?
I'm
Maybe he
asking a
doesn't know
question.
about it. Can you correct him?
You heard me.
I didn't hear you, sir. Can you please repeat yourself? Somebody is writing on the line said they didn't hear what you said.
Well, then somebody not yet. Let them go play the tape. Let them play the tape. Go
You see?
rewind it. But that's what we got. The tape is recorded. Rewind it.
You see?
Play back. Do the playback. Do the
That's
playback. Do the playback.
very, very dishonest and disrespectful to the audience. They said they didn't hear what you
But I want to say we got to play back. We got to play back. You ain't got to play back here. Play my tape. Play my tape.
Okay, let me bring in Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones, this guy is not answering since we started, not a single question I'm asking to start. All he does here is to go on attack Keto, attack me, attack Keto, and attacking me indirectly is also attacking you, even though he has not called you by name. But that's why he came with. Maybe his guy sent him here.
CEO by extension.
All depends how you let me do a presentation. Let me do a presentation.
CEO.
Also, you want to fight everybody here tonight? It's not
I'm not here to fight. I'm here based upon your statement.
By extension, any attack on you is attack on the objective mind.
Exactly.
And also attack on the co-host.
Oh,
and back to Mr. Bacon. The story the story that Keto just brought is an open story in Liberia. And people were even wondering, the government are not even taking seat. They try to talk about cars. I heard that story. And I stand by Keto on that story. Right? I heard it. So if you want to introduce the logic that all the government are not taking seat, but they're ordering car, that's a normal thing in Liberia. People are not taking offices, they're getting checked. Don't you know the outcome of a corrupt society? You don't know that? Now you just spoke a miraculous English here. If people come here, they got to be objective. I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
That was a miracle. That's a miracle statement.
I think that's a slip of tongue. If you give him chance,
No, CEO. If it was slip of tongue, improvement is being made in our camp. Something's happening in our camp. And I know the Lpr is going to go on a rampage for that slip of tongue. You wait, you watch.
Well, the Lpr will crucify him badly. Trust me.
He's going to lose his slot as co-host. You say when you come here, you should be objective? Really? Oh my God. Keto? You say
today is Sunday. Today is Sunday. I make the statement. I stand by it. You see, now you joking, say you're drinking milk already.
Oh no, I always bring water here. Oh, thank you, Mr. Bacon.
We don't wear our throat now. We don't.
I think we are in good standing now. That's how I hope Terry, I hope Collins will come. Collins made a miraculous statement here the last time. He said His Excellency President Joseph Boakai government is on life support. I said, oh my God.
When he comes here, he will justify his statement. You know, they like to walk back and they forget. They don't want to say those things.
And Mr. Bacon agree with him.
Is that true, Mr. Bacon?
No, I can't remember. I can't remember.
There we go.
You can never remember.
When they are choked to something. Talking about church, that was amazing. What I saw yesterday at the Samuel Canada, it was a very interesting country. So all of the bishops and things, but I have an audio here that I want to be playing here very shortly here. Look, okay, let's get to it because I said, I put a document, I might publish it, and like I said, tomorrow early morning, Representative Luther Sunday Collins from Bapolu, the gentleman who went on the reconnaissance, or how you call it, surveillance, I want you to listen to got this audio here today coming directly from the insider. I want us to listen to it and then we will respond because I got some letters, official communication already been sent to the Ministry of Justice. What happened? But let's listen to this, and then we will talk.
They may have lost the world with people. I don't know. I'm not talking about Marcus, but I'm speaking as a legislator. I'm not speaking about personal view. Like I shared to you, many things we don't agree to. And when the majority vote, there's nothing you can do. And the majority vote, nothing you can do. And it's not about being personal. When the majority vote, like I give example, the week as budget I want the committee, I didn't stand. I didn't agree to the passage. And the majority passage today. I have no agenda, but the majority has agreed. That is the legislative proceeding. You test it by vote, and what the majority thinks is not to be. If the mayor wants to have vote as a speaker, and for the state president, sign a resolution to remove it. It means there's nothing in front of you, but the code is covered. It is just a little way you Hello, I think you majority is winning in the legislative policy. The legislative policy are majority. Thank you. I'll call you. The man, let me tell you, hey, you work for me.
Are you lawmakers?
All you do now. Yeah. 46% 46. There's no way for backing.
Last time we thought all that thing there, what woman let me get it, son.
Lawmakers.
Yeah, do you meant to be on board the line? You want to?
No, we just starting.
Colette, the chief conspirator.
Yeah. Where are you? Yes, please come to my office. Yes, we have a package.
You have the package.
Yes, go. Don't worry about it, money.
The deal is sealing up.
Who? So that the American get the line start to my office.
Between P5 and the who is
Amen. I've been doing FIFA. It's not about.
no, that's something I want to say. Are you from Kabul?
Yeah.
You want to project committee?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to come to the meeting?
What is that? But I'm on that. It's only about 30.
No, it's actually too far for 15 years. Immediately, is computed, it's very, you don't have risk it. But it's probably
Coming. So, guys, I think we are about to start up. So, Colette is going to bring the money and we'll get in my car. Before we get in my car, I will give you what else.
So, tip number one, the lawmakers, this bidding where Jerry Buchanan have in their control. That's how the whole plot started. It was initiated to have the speaker removed, and we're going to listen to more of that. Now, Mr. Buchanan, let me just bring you in here because of your background. Now, when you have lawmakers having conferences, having conversation, giving money to do what they are doing, for which they are almost literally shutting down government here. Now, when this kind of tip goes to investigators, copy. If I put that information in the chat with a letter to already send, the money was confiscated. The item in concern, the money in question with this kind of audio conversation, collect breaking the money. If you were a lead investigator and these sort of documents, audio, paperwork, the raw evidence in terms of the cash in question were put on your desk, what would be the first thing to do?
Thank you. First of all, to work on the comforter of or under the privacy of on a cover, it have to be approved by law enforcement officer. That's number one. Let's establish that. And there's a rule. These are rules that you follow as an undercover agent. As you know, so let's establish that fact. Or before our lawmaker, if she or he knew that a crime is already been committed, that's the Minister of Justice or the county attorney or the county attorney or district attorney. They have to approve what kind of crime that you want to uncover. So he cannot just unilaterally go undercover and he say he want to break the game, what's going on. That's not, he's a lawmaker. He's supposed to know better than that, folks. He's supposed to know better than that. Or for you to go initiate. So, but now I thought the Minister of Justice will come up with something. But now, so to see what it is, if I in charge of that investigation, you will be brought to the office and we'll give you statement. Because I believe that, like I said from the beginning, crime is being committed. But here, how we get establishing the rule of law, how we go about establishing it, that's one of the things that we have to look at and say, okay, there's a crime being committed. How do we establish? How do we approve it in the court of law? But there's evidence, or there's an audio, there's a video, there's physical cash. So there are a lot of corporate data that in the video that the audio I just listening to.
So before I bring it to Terry, good evening, good to have you here. So from what I'm hearing, and taking a professional line as to how investigators or people who go as a covert and all of that here. So do you see the lawmaker as a collaborator? Is he potentially committing a crime unknowingly to himself as well?
Well, I will not say unknowingly because he voluntarily went to the place and said he wanted to go there. So it's not something to say, yes, I'm committing a crime unknown to myself, because he's a lawmaker. He's supposed to know better than that. You see, let me go further a little bit. If you go to court right now as a representative or as a former lawyer representative, whatever, to appear before the judge will have more tougher for you because they look at you. You're supposed to be the lawmaker and you have violated the people trust. He will all depend on the kind of judge you're going to appear before. But the more conservative judge, he will throw the book at you.
I want to be direct with my questions, because
Yes,
I
sir.
put you in the seat here based on your expertise.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
asking now, you outline all of the conditions involved, clearly understood. I'm asking, in this case, has he connived with those conspirators to do what they are doing? Because you say, going as an undercover person, there are rules involved, there are things he's supposed to do, and he's a lawmaker, and he has done that. Does that mean he has connived with those guys, or as one of the facilitators?
I would say both facilitator and connive with this guy, because, like he said in his statement, that's why for now, until I can go further into the investigation, or for now, what I'm hearing from the tape, of course, yes.
Okay. Terry, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening to the panel, Mr. So, CEO, and Dr. Male, Mr. Bacon, and my brother Keter. How you guys doing, man?
When Keter start being your brother?
Oh, yeah.
Before you come, let's go to this tip number 2 here.
Yeah. My brother. Get it straight up. Okay. Where we are now is critical. Okay. We're all being obtained, to be stratified. And besides that, the way we've been proceeding and our legislature, we've been having issues, we've been crying back and forth. Okay. Lawmakers can continuously be beggars. We have even reduced ourselves to the extent of be selling our gas to our colleagues. Our colleagues can be better than us. We got those super lawmakers. We ought to some extent should be on par. So we need to talk. They are shooting it to you strictly. Our legislature, all the activities over there in Western numbers. Okay. In Western numbers. That number game. So again, I want to together. So that number game. And the way we watching the numbers swing is on the people on 47 already. 47 already. Wow. Yeah. So if we say that number pass, and when they get a stop, something happen, we also that we in for another I don't know how many years. What's the true nature of this? What? Yeah, like I really want to understand. What's the
Representative Clarence?
You want to understand? I mean, and then we explain to you. No, but you want to understand the exact. Because what I was hearing, what I heard somebody say, I don't know, is it what they got in, want to be the speaker. What is Madingo fellow name? Segukane. Maybe that one you can character at 5 with my truth. If I with my truth. So if I with my truth. You getting me? Okay. If I with my truth is not true. So is that fake news? So where do we stand? What is the fix? The fabric means in legislative politics they have a saying that the minority will have their saying, the majority will have their will. In legislative politics, the number is the one that carries the key. But where the number is now, the number is now 46. And there are people who want to sign early in the morning And we tried getting you in a couple of days ago to sit down with you and meet you because you are owner man. We have laptop together, we have things. And you don't want tomorrow. So, but my man, why your contact me? Why you couldn't inform me? It happened. In related politics, you can be even with someone at the 11th hour. You can even be in related politics. In related politics, one of the numbers is increasing. One of the numbers is increasing. You follow the numbers, not your will again. So at 46, it's the record now to save the man.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah, I got you. So who this is feeling who is going to, just in case the speaker is removed, who is going to be the next?
No, we will have options, but we all will have to conclude and build a consensus. But the first thing is to establish.
Okay. These are our powers of Anthony. We're going to be playing them little by little. These are our powers of Anthony, people that we elected to make consequential decisions. God forbid, if Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Sierra Leone, if there was anything, people who were saying, Mr. President, this is what you need to do to defend and protect our country. We stand with you. They have orchestrated something to do the terror. Let me just bring you in here. As a matter of fact, we'll be having Representative, what his name, Representative Luther here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I gotta set my alarm. I think this is very much important. And Gao Jeremiah Sokan. These are my two representatives too from my own county. Wednesday, the Kiawe eat their own baby. Jeremiah Gao Sokan, Marie Johnson, District number 1, District number 2. They are with the renegade, I would say those mutineers from the on the other side. They are with them. And one question I have to ask then to say, but Terry.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if you're a lawmaker I know it might sound ridiculous, it's some sort of uncomparable in Minnesota talking thing like this. I'm wondering whether a week will end that person in office to be like a lawmaker.
Well, I don't understand the American politics because it's diverse. And even though it's similar to ours, but Americans go by the books. And going by the books involve due process. It also involves sometimes, like at the other time we said, when the people declare non-confidence in you as a speaker or as whatsoever you are, normally in American policy, people resign. They are not coerced. They are not under duress. People don't say, oh, don't resign, because if you resign will show your weakness and all of that. That is not how it's done. But like what we're hearing on these things still does not suggest that people took bribe or that these things happen. It still remain allegations, because we have not heard anything here that signifies that bribery went on to pay people for them to become part of the anti-Kofa bloc. So it is not proven. All of what I heard, I not hear anything that proves that these people took bribe. Can this be admissible in the court as evidence enough to justify bribery? I would say no. I listened to both videos. Yeah, you are saying something. Yeah, I listened to both videos. The other man said, there's something I will send, something. and you know, we have to remove the man, blah blah blah. Lawmakers lobby to remove a speaker, and what I'm hearing that what is going on, but wherein it is clear that we're giving people this amount of money in order for them to move the speaker. I've never heard that.
When you say clear, what do you mean? Who you think on? How would that be established? The clarity that you're seeking for.
Well,
Who
I want to hear lawmakers, other lawmakers who are part of the majority black, testifying to the effect, and maybe some videotaping that testifying videotaping, or maybe audio like what you have here, testifying to the effect, validating clearly, where a lawmaker saying, oh, we're giving people 15,000 across the board to remove the man. I never heard that.
Oh, okay. I see your argument. You have not heard vividly this
Right.
money we are giving it to you, even though they were also kind of like speaking in code. I'm not a rightful person to decode that language, and that's where investigators or court going to come in. And this is why we really want to know the source of it. But that's a very good analysis. Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
So where are we in this whole thing here? Who's losing, who gaining? Both sides. I mean, it's kind of like it's a tough one. The speaker doesn't have the number. Is glaring. Is visible. We're saying the so-called majority they do not have it, but ultimately in that interim, he still remains the speaker, except his authority, his agenda will be kind of obstructed because those guys, when they go in at the end of the day, there will be a big opposition. But we are hearing intensive conversation is going for accommodation. But based on these audios that we are hearing, how do we get to the dead end of this whole thing? Who will get us there?
Well, why it's true that we are in the 21st century and we are seeing different level of politics. What is going on in Liberia now is sad, it's unacceptable, but it's customary. This corruption thing is like people are not punished. Look at the kind of transaction, listening to the kind of thing. But again, like Terry said, these might be just circumstantial things, you know. Because the last time we're on this platform, we're even saying, oh, the Supreme Court will invite these people, or I hear some people say that some of them will be subpoena, and I said, look, this is an internal affair. It's not going to go nowhere. But I think my take here is that this is just a pure embarrassment to President Bouakai government. It's just really an embarrassment, to be very frank with you.
Do you think he's embarrassed?
Well, I think the government in court is an embarrassment. Yes. The government in court is an embarrassment, to be frank with you. Okay? This is one thing with all the noise that was surrounding the former president, we are government. This is one ridiculous thing that never happened to him. This is very, very ridiculous, to be frank with you, CEO.
Let me hold you there. People say they want to be very objective. Mr. Bacon, do you agree with Dr. Malley? It's one of the ridiculous things. It didn't happen in his war. It didn't happen on a George Weah. It happened on a very experienced, mature, not a career politician, but experienced who knows how government works. This is happening. Do you agree with me?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Jones.
Yes. Well, it's not a question of agreeing. We have so many people in our country. Okay, we get diploma in our country, we get visitor in our country, we see other people country how it's being run. Then you have group of people hijacking the government and they're sitting in a private place, now running the government and waiting to see, and there's the news of people sharing money. It's politically embarrassing. All right? It's politically embarrassing, to be frank with you. And I rather feel for His Excellency President Bouakai. because it's like he's heading another branch of government. This guy heading another branch of government. The only thing he can do to do some reconciliation, and even at that, he got to watch his steps. But to be frank with you, this is a political embarrassment to the government.
Okay. Keta? Do you remember similar thing happening? Do you remember to honor your president, similar thing like this happening, George Weah?
On the former president, there were a lot of stuff that happened, but because when you have a mature person, a mature leader, you're able to move the country in ways that it won't look so terrible. And now what Dr. Mali is saying, there were so many things that happened on the president. Well, we saw the removal of Kabila Jane. It was done among the legislator and stuff like that. Went to the Supreme Court, and we saw a lot of stuff happening over there that was done professionally. What we are seeing now is complete dysfunctional attitude of majority supporter of Unity Party government, strangulating government, strangulating the governance process, strangulating the president from executing his agenda. And the thing is joke because they want to remove somebody because of selfish in. And you play two tapes, two recordings. There's another recording that I hope to get and send to you so you can play and hear some of the things that they are saying. They don't want this speaker. Yeah, they don't want this speaker. And when I listened to it, I was shocked and I was shamed because there's a supporter who he supported Nokwe from Magibi County, right?
Yeah,
I don't know whether he was supporting CDC or whatever.
Yeah, he supported to Weah.
But Nokwe is on audio telling the world, somebody on audio that will play today, that he is not supporting Fanatikova, even though Fanatikova is his body. Fanatikova helped him to even become deputy speaker or whatever way. Fanatikova did this for him, but he's not supporting Fanatikova because Fanatikova is giving a woman or another representative from the same county he's from the opportunity to help her people. And he insulted that woman on the tip. And the insult was so bad. When I listened, I said, wow. He said, because even President Weah called him and said, hey, man, talk to Clarence Garden to stop this thing they're doing. And he said he can't do it. He said he never even answered the president call. He never returned the president call. And these are things, when they came out with their accounts, we knew it was bogus. Because the speaker came out and just trashed those counts that they came out with. They went out with no voter confidence. It was bogus because the constitution does not support this. Now they're on political strategy to strangulate this man to give up and say, okay, I can't govern, so I should leave. The constitution, the man said, I'm not going to resign. You got to have your legitimate 49 member. You got to give me due process, and if you find me guilty and you can take the vote, I will move. Until then, I'm not moving. So who suffer? Joseph Boakai suffer. And this is the Unity Party has the largest group in this whole thing. Are they doing Joseph Boakai administration well? No. And I think it's sad that, it's a time that this rescue team, the rescue disciples, start to question the legitimacy of these guys' action. Are they doing it actually to undermine President Boakai? Or are they doing it because Fanatikova is a corrupt person? Are they doing it to enrich themselves at the detriment of the Liberian people? I think they should be asking themselves. I'm talking about the rescue disciples, the Boashans. They should be asking themselves this. It's going too long. Nothing is done in the country.
Okay, let me break in, but I will also have our folks to participate. The number is 682-433-8802. I call and speak your own discontent, your views, your opinions, and whatever views expressed is not the view of the management and staff of the Liberia Public Radio, but we do facilitate these hardcore conversations. Jared Bacon, the guys are hitting you hard. You listen to one of the reactions, Keto. Let's hear you.
You know, this guy,
coming reaction again.
you know, maybe they forget the legal passer. You know, go in a place there, town to come where it makes a wound, and even though they just keep going around the ball here again, go nowhere. That's who they are. They don't get it. They just talk, and no such thing. You know, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Get to the point.
I come in. Listen, sir. When you're making a case, you are a professor. You didn't just go to the closing of the thing. You have to introduce the class. You know where you're starting from. But here's the thing. Let me make up with a point first. I just want to put before I come to my brother Terry. Josh Weah, before he became president, he was not even president. 9th Street, he demolished his house. That's a fact. He demolished his house before he even became president. He demolished his house. He started building their house on 9th Street. It's a fact. The record is there. George Weah, 46 days out of the country, left Liberia in the vacuum. It's a fact. $30 million COVID money is a fact. But these are facts. So we talk about we talk about responsibility of the country. But here's the thing. It is a crime. It is a crime to solicit bribe. It's a crime. It is a crime to receive bribe. It's a crime. So let's establish that. It's the money that you have to have physical evidence. Circumstantial evidence can become a real evidence. So let's establish that. So these are the things. Circumstantial evidence. You can be prosecuted for all circumstantial evidence. You can be prosecuted. Those people who solicit the bribe, they are also a victim of it. Those also who are offering the bribe, they are also victim of it. So these two individuals who are collaborating with to receive bribe and to offer bribe is a crime in our country, in our constitution. But here's the thing. Let me come to you, Terry. The point here is when you are in the chamber, they were outside the chamber. So that different thing. Which of who you can be prosecuted? If you're in the chamber, you can't be prosecuted what you say. But the thing here is this guy was outside in the chamber. So the minister of justice have the responsibility to say to go after them legally. When you come out to say, what I can be proven, even in the Senate or in the House of Representatives, you don't go there and discuss money for play. No, you can offer somebody, say chairmanship or on certain committee, or look, I'll need your vote. If you pass the bill, we'll put you on so committee. It's done all the time. Even in the great United States, they do all the time here. But it is not physical cash to say, we'll give you 5,000, we'll give you 20,000, we'll give you money. No, you can offer 30. You want agriculture. The president can call you and say, Terry, look, for example, you're on agriculture committee. I want you to help me to pass a bill. And when time for your election, I will help to campaign for you. So these are the promises they make all the time. So it is not said, this is it. But this guy, I think I wrote on the issue, the following day, I wrote an issue on work crime, organized crime. I'm sending our child, you can read it, and all the time you can read it. These are crimes that are committed right behind that Capitol building.
Okay, let me
respond. Can I respond, Mr.
Yeah, no, I can't. All of you, I'll put all of you guys together because your response not even going to be February here. Let me ask you, Jared Bacon or Washington, how concerned is the president in all of this scenario? In you as a supporter, how concerned is the president? Then I'll have a follow-up question.
But to be honest, it is a bad reflection on our country, number one, but the Constitution is working. That's what the Constitution provides. Hold on. You see, this is what I said. It's about reflection. Morally, it is wrong.
No, you,
But morally, it is wrong. What they are doing,
why were
hold
you
on.
fighting?
You see, when I read a talk, you can't even let me end my statement. Morally, it's wrong. Legally, they had that's what the law. That's why you elected the people. If you don't like it, you remove them. But morally, it's wrong.
I'm wondering.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. What
Yeah.
happened? What happened the last time? Two speakers have been removed in the United States. In the United States.
United States.
It took 28 days. It took 28 days. No. Everything we do it under the America. Oh yeah, this is America. This is America. So that
American pattern. So don't even go there.
Let me finish. Papa. Can you give me chance to land? Okay, fine. Go ahead.
No, land. Let a plane touch down. I want a plane to touch down.
That's what I'm saying. It is done everywhere in the legislature. People promise people, I will put you on the committee because we need to pass a bill. It is always been done even in the great United States, even in Great Britain. Morally, it is zero. Morally, it's wrong.
So, and the reason I'm asking, I don't want Terry to lose his thought. I will come back to it. Terry,
wait, you can write it down.
Yeah, I wanted to respond to Mr. Bacon. My point is, Mr. Bacon, is that I'm not saying that these things did not happen. We all speculated here that these things occur. But what I'm saying is, do you think this particular video is sufficient, or this audio is sufficient enough to be evidence in court to persecute these people for corruption, that something went on? From what you listen to, do you think there's a sufficient information in those clips that justify that these people can be held accountable for?
Yes. But yes. But let me explain. Let me understand that. If the person is arrested on this, based upon what we have right now, then we go into a discovery process. In that discovery process, the judge will decide whether this evidence, or the one we hearing, whether it is admissible in court or it is not admissible or it's prejudicial. So these are the discovery. You will be arrested. They can be arrested now and say, yeah, we'll go into court. But that's the process you got to go through to discover it. And that's what it is. That's how the process works. This is how our criminal justice system works. So you can be arrested. But what are the evidence? Whether this will be admissible in the rule of law is remain with the judge.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because
okay, well, let me finish. Let me go for it. That's what they call discovery. That's where the discovery come in. That's where the discovery come in.
Can I come and see you?
Okay. Make your point, then I'll come with a follow-up question. Terry, 1 second.
Yeah.
Terry, you done?
That because the reason I'm asking is because from what I listened to the video, it sounds like lawmakers trying to lobby one another to get on the side to remove the speaker. But whether if it is properly established that, these guys were trying to solicit money in a court of competent jurisdiction to find them guilty of corruption or trying to remove the speaker through bribery, I doubt that. That's where I'm coming from. Based upon public opinion, can chew on it and say, yes, we believe, because we know our system and we know our pattern. But whether if the video is sufficient enough as an evidence to be admissible in court and to find these people guilty of corruption.
What's about the money that is received? Because my concern here, and I hope we have Luther here. Luther going to be here tomorrow morning. He one of those confiscated the money, and then it's been reported to LACC where that money came from, who the root of that money needs to be established. And when you listen to that, this is the number we get now. We've been trying to get you. And he said, okay, what am I doing? In fact, he said, okay, I need 10. He said, oh no, we can get only 15. When everything done now, then we can give the 10. So, I think it is the judge can decode that sort of language they were speaking, but from our own limited mind here, they were still telling us that COFA violated the rules in the house, or certain things was done in violation with their own house rule. So yes, they do have lobbyists, but these people, they register, I'm not sure what is that, but the lobbyists themselves, yes, they have some senators, they have people there, but they have emissaries, they have people who goes out there to do it for them, to do enough for people to sit down and throw in money, plastic bag, and all of those kind of things. But I mean, we just know it on the surface, but hopefully, and this is why we want an investigation, not just any kind of investigation, but independent investigation, because some of us are still apprehensive with all of the cases that piled down there. Nothing much has been done. So I'm afraid it's going to be the same salad dressing thing. But make a point.
But yeah, Mr. So that's the same thing I'm saying. So the only way we can understand that this thing is established now, that there was truly a corruption who went on, the guy that coming on the show tomorrow will be able to tell us, and then he is not sufficient. That I saw the letter you posted in the chat room, where in they made a formal complaint to the LACC to do the investigation. But I don't know whether if LACC have come up with any report in regards to findings to establish that truly there was a bribery that went on. So until then, it is still yet proving whether if these things really happen. Because you must understand also that this is one representative from the Kofa Black who is accusing his colleagues of these things. We have yet to see another witness to come up to say that, oh, yes, it is true, it is proven that I received, because the many other witnesses that are supposed to justify that this particular allegation is true are all saying they never received bribe, they never received money. Even the signatures that were withdrawn, those who withdrew their signature said that they never received any bribe. And based upon the allegations that people with a public opinion saying, this is what moved them to withdraw their signature, because they think in their mind that based upon these assertions from the public and from their colleague, people were receiving money, but they did not. So they withdrew their signature. So it is yet to be proven until it can be established from within by the LACC, persecuted by law, then we have a point. But until then, they are all speculations. That's my position.
Okay. Dr. Jones?
Yeah, I just want to make 1 or 2 point of correction to Mr. Barkham. I have not heard in any court of competent jurisdiction what circumstantial evidence is used to prosecute somebody. I know circumstantial evidence are always thrown out of the window. Very weak, they are feeble, they cannot be used to prosecute. I say they will not listen to it, to be used to prosecute a case. I said, Mr. Barkham can point at one for me. At one. 2, everything that is going on in Liberia now, as Colin said, these are allegations. Have we asked ourselves why is it that up to now the LACCC they didn't go grab the garden? Why didn't go grab them now? What's the problem? Because you need evidence. Corruption is a serious business in our country. We've been hearing it all around. Yes. Do you have the evidence? All right. That's 1. 2, Mr. Barkham was just listing some few things, try to correct Mr. Keto about what he did, this and that. We are narrowing the discussion to what's happening in the house. We did not see this thing happening before, besides the Cabinet Jennings stuff. All right. So all the things you listed, let me just elevate the conversation in Joseph Barker direction. Okay. The inauguration fund is still inconclusive. The Sawyer wife investigation is still inconclusive. The accurate declaration, His Excellency said you are going to publish it. It had not happened. All right. The auditing of Georgia government, it had not happened. It been segmented. All right.
Which asset declaration now? The president's asset declaration.
The president said you are going to declare and publish it. The publishing part.
He did. He published his asset.
Okay, I didn't see it. But anyway,
check
the PMW minister went playing around $22 million. They almost throw him behind bar. You have to beg. All right. So you can't be throwing log on to the comrade minister, what he just did recently. So we need to forget about checking, going back to the checklist, because there are more checklists now. Let's get to the issue. So the issue here is that I agree with CEO. We're hearing these stories. All right. Maybe even the anti-corruption people, they're hearing all these stories. But what is the evidence? So all these things, I agree with Colin. These are allegations until they are proven. I think this is where we are right now. And the proof, either a video or photograph or this signature thing, or someone go confess. I think that's what we're looking for. Other than that, the rest will be circumstantial. And circumstantial cases, they always through the window. I rest my case.
Okay, before you rest the case, let me ask this thing here. The whole thing here, where is the leadership? And I want to throw these questions right in the lap of Mr. Jerry Bacon. Where is the leadership?
So, but before Bacon can CEO, Jerry just told you here, when I said this thing, when Keto Marcel said this thing is embarrassing to His Excellency.
He said
we
no.
are saying that in good faith. All right. This is unacceptable. I don't support it, but it's an embarrassment to His Excellency. Mr. Bacon said it had bad reflection. It's morally wrong. It's legally wrong. So then why are you fighting with us?
And that's what I'm asking you a question. Let me just add a little bit. Let me add a piece of layer there. We're going to give you the chance here because we want to do it fair. I was asking, where is the leadership? Yes, the president went all over, went to the Vatican, to this other to this other place, travels extensively with the hope. We are hoping for better Liberia, despite our political device. For better Liberia, to attract investments and investors. And guess what? The mutinies of these lawmakers, their act of mutiny by these lawmakers, it has brought everything to a standstill. This MOU is also within the confines of the law that when these MOUs are not finalized by the lawmaker, after a period of months, what happened? We'll go back to square zero. Where does the president of the Republic of Liberia stand after all of these extensive and traveling, it's a memorandum of understanding, investors, investments, investors, perhaps people supposed to be coming, who knows, was already coming to be doing a follow-up. You have a group of people, you have some coca leading these mutinies and saying somebody that signed their name, they can't take their name. The board doesn't want other people to have a due process. It's just yeah. I've been trying to get him. I hope you will come, but yeah. So
that's the mean bar, man.
We need to hear these things coming from the mouth of these people here. But when you look at it again, Liberia is another different country on planet Earth. Where is the civil society? Where the civil groups? Where the advocacy group? Advocacy, everybody, they are all corrupt, so they can't do anything. But let me ask Mr. Bacon, where is the leadership? Where is the president? Where is he in this whole thing? And I listened to the presidential press secretary to see how defiant these people are, very disrespectful. They profess to be the one to make the laws, and so they think they are above the laws. I did listen to Press Secretary Kula that the president instructed the vice president. And guess what? Coca or Cospoon or whoever came up with a release that it was false. Who's telling the truth? Where is the leadership? Why can't the president or even the and this is the whole second thing here. The president cannot convince, the speaker has not been, I mean, they can do whatever they can do, but ultimately he wants his agenda to succeed. Where is the voice of the president to talk to the people? Hey, stand down. Tifa now, I don't know whether you take a bag or you take a side or joy, we are, whatever it is, it's just the same thing. This is a clear indication that our political institutions do not have ideology, is joy, and that's the danger when you have parties surround a human, one person. When that person fade away, nobody listens to who. That's how it looks like that. After all, they are there for 6 years, some there for 9 years. And I mean, they're not a senator, but they are there for 6 years. So like, they're gonna go to hell. When the time comes, we're talking. That's exactly why it is. Jerry Barker,
Oh, God.
are you concerned of all of these things I'm talking about? Or no problem with it?
Precisely. I look, I have no quarrel, but the thing is, what I'm saying here is, look, the president understands the responsibility or the independences of the three institutions. So he can call a lawmaker on one-on-one, and he can call other lawmaker and say, look, this is what's going on. I need this to be resolved in an adequate way. That's his responsibility in the purview to do this thing. But these are three branches of government, and they are independent. He can't go and say, "Yeah, you'll go by the way," order them to say you'll go back to work tomorrow. No, that's beyond his control. He cannot order the legislature, the first branch of government, and say you'll go by the way tomorrow. It will play it out, and that's how it work out. That's how it will play it out. That's why we have the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. That's why we have the legislature. That's why we have the judicial system. That's why we have so these are the important part of our Constitution. It is the right of the people, but the president cannot go and say, Mr. What he said, Thomas Fala, or because allegedly Thomas Fala, maybe he want to go on that side, or Kofa, you bring your group. No. All the president can do is wait behind the scene and talk to the individually and say, look, this is what's going on. It is in the interest. We can come up, and that's what it is.
So wait, let me ask. I don't mean to be funny. The president went to the stadium there too for prayer, or the guy went to the president hall?
Who?
I'm asking whether the president went for prayer or he went to the president hall, because I saw Kofa too. I don't know that prayer. Liberia is an interesting country though.
What do you mean prayer for what?
The stadium, how that stadium was looking like, and people, I don't know, Pastor Jerry or Pastor who that namesake, you know him?
I never heard of it. I didn't know. I have no.
They speak in tongue prayer line, man.
The salvation, people can just endanger themselves. I can't believe. When the president even call for cleaning up to go clean Solin Wayne or how you call it, say Busi Quarter there, nobody will show up. Somebody come from Nigeria and everybody going for salvation. I don't get it. Speak for himself. He took his entire family. Yeah. I don't know that why that work. That country, man, it's terrible. But so all these churches in our country there, nobody prayer, no prayer warrior there. That Nigerian man got to come and that stadium as if there's a walk-off finale.
But who? Anyway, I'm not going to
it's important to talk about, but anyway.
Leave it for another day. Let's talk about it because that's a whole conversation there.
Yeah, I saw the speaker there.
We can talk about it.
Because that stadium was very, very packed. Myself, I was surprised.
That's why I said I leave that conversation for another.
Okay.
Jimmy Swaggart went to Liberia. The stadium was packed. Jimmy Swaggart went to Liberia. Where it bigger went to Liberia. So
volatile situation.
The people less busy.
Anybody who have caused a mayhem to that place there, and the next thing, then what will happen? Nothing. It just they leave with more talk. So people they gotta be careful where they're going for and all of that. But we're gonna be wrapping up very shortly.
But that means that you'll be sowing some seeds into the ministry here.
Dr. Malik. Somebody after they call me and say they get cold. So I said, oh, they never anointed. You didn't get anointed. You come from, you went there to pray. If they pray for you, you come there, you get cold. Well, then I'll hand that and I'm correct. You need to find different.
But they were under the ring. They were reigning. Yeah. So that's why they, But Liberians really love God, which is a good thing, but their priorities are misplaced.
They love God.
Really?
The Liberians love God, but their priorities are misplaced. That's my point. Our priorities are misplaced.
I don't think the Liberian people love God. I think what the Liberian people love is to be controlled.
Thank you.
Because there's so much things surrounding Nigerian pastors. I don't have the evidence. So many, right?
It's
Your
unbelievable.
past, the very people that went to that place there, just last Sunday, they were all jumping in their very churches. So what the extraordinary power is coming from now? Those are not God giving power. You see what you're doing here, and Terry? This is real God power you're using here. Nothing attached. You see, those Nigerian people, they bring special reinforcement to conjure the people.
But I hear the men are praying against corruption when Nigeria is one of the most corrupt countries in West Africa. I heard that they say you were praying against corruption in Liberia.
Yeah, because in Liberia, people want to hear, people are eager to hear what the pastor will say. You see? But
But
here
anyway,
is my question.
you
Here's
know,
my
that
question to
is,
you,
that is
my question now is, I think Collins was just playing around that issue. Where we are when allegations start that we have some serious problem on your character and other things, even your colleague in all courts ask you to resign. Yes, they will be beating that drum. Look at what happened today to the big man here. They will be calling you, oh man, you got to resign. This year, the noise too much, you got to resign. So my question now is it the man he trying to defend law for the right thing to be done before he resign, or it's just another form of power greed?
that's the thing,
So the,
Mr. Mali. Mr.
yeah,
So, can I just
tell-
okay, Keto, go ahead, brother.
So Mr. Mali, Dr. Mali Jones, look, this thing has a whole it has a lot of layers, and it's so complicated. It has nothing to do with what they initially said about the speaker. All those 6 count. It has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
All is happening here. Speaker Jake Fanatic Kofa. You see the guys who going against him, they are trying to go against their own rules in the house. Kofa has the right to appoint. They want Kofa to elect. Kofa said no. His right is in the rules, it's in the constitution. Secondly, what a guy named, I think you heard me call her name from what the county name, Makibi County. This man saying why Kofa must entrust the lady that the CEO wanted to bring on the show to give her a certain position, and the lady using her position to develop her county.
Lukwe? Senator Lukwe?
Yes.
But he's a senator. He's not in the lower house.
Yeah, but he's not in the lower house, but he afraid of this woman being so powerful. Today, there was an audio.
You believe that story?
I got no, but the audio is for his voice. You didn't hear him talk on the audio?
Hey, Keto, man, the audio did not say that, man. That
no,
thing,
but
that
you didn't hear the
propaganda.
audio when he said on the audio.
But anyway, go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I can play the audio. I can find the audio and play so you can hear his voice.
I listened to it from Spoon TV, but what I'm saying is that audio, Mr. So, does not tell that a man is saying that a woman is developing her county, so because of that, you know, he don't want her to be.
Listen to what the man said about the woman. Listen to what the man said about the woman.
I don't have that yet, so
it was so bad that
send it to Mr. So. Maybe
it
Mr.
was so
So,
bad
please.
that he even insulted the woman. It was so
I heard it insult.
They kind of cussed the woman. So wow, you in the Senate, the woman in the House of Representatives. Why it would be so bad for you when President we are called, you said, look, talk to Clarence Guy, that your boy. Why Clarence Guy doing anything against the speaker? The man said he never even returned a president call. He said, I can, even though Fanatic Kofa helped me, he did everything for me, but I cannot support Fanatic Kofa when Fanatic Kofa putting that he insulted again on tape. So tell me now, what is he doing? So let me tell you something. These guys said they didn't put it on committee. They did put different people on committee. He creating places where he put the other people, they didn't put in there. Why he doing it? All about their own greed. They want money. So Fanatic Kofa did nothing wrong as far as the 6th count. Then they said, okay, we're not talking about the 6th count anymore. We're talking about how they call it thing.
Vote of non-confidence.
No vote of confidence. And now no vote of confidence again. We can't work with him. We can't stay with him because we're majority.
So this guy is making us to believe
Mr. So,
of Representative Colubar all on that this committee business breaking properly in that place. That what it appears to be.
It is.
Mr. So, you see, one of the things that we're not understanding is that like one of the things Keto brought out here that I never wanted to bring it up because it's from another network and all those propagandas were going on there today. But the thing here is that the lady in question here is the chair, I think the vice chair on Ways and Means in the House, which means she's closer to Speaker Kofa, and that is the reason why she's defending Speaker Kofa. Even your guests that were on the show that were on the show the last time Dr. Male were contesting on, the guest explained on your show that he part of multiple committees. So if you look at those who really defending
that multiple checks.
Thank you. So those who really defending Speaker Kofa, most of them are on multiple committees that are lucrative, bringing in resources to them. That's my point. That's the reason why they're defending the position of the speaker. Because in my mind, if the speaker removes, their position will be in threat.
Of course, they're gone.
You see, and most of what they're supposed to be generating will not come. And that clip that he's talking about, if you presiding as a deputy, as an assistant on Ways and Means, assistant chair on Ways and Means, all the budget, the entire budget of the House of Representatives falls in your lap. You decide most of what those representatives gets. So if the people having problem with her, there's a reason. And if that senator is saying that, oh, the woman here, blah, 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 probably because we just saw 20 million is being alleged that $20 million were missing from the budget. Mm-hmm. And the House is responsible. And guess who? The chairman on Ways and Means and the co-chair should be held liable too for that. Have they given all a budget analysis about how they spend this money? And I wanted to ask her if I have the opportunity, what can she tell us within the period of 11 months? How have the Ways and Means Committee been working? How have the budget been spent over the period of 11 months? Can she give us the budget analysis on all these things? So this thing is required is deeper than what we think. These people will not just want to remove the speaker because the speaker is, because he's trying to be this great man in 2029. It's deeper than that. Most of these representatives, Mr. So, they got a constituents that they have to take care of. They have to pay people's school fee directly from their pocket. They have to meet some people's needs and then take care of themselves. So if these committees are not working in their interest, they will not get money in their pocket. And that is the main reason why they are trying to remove Fonati Kofa, because they're saying Fonati Kofa is literally building an alliance that he pumping money in for 2029, thereby neglecting their responsibilities. That is the reason why
So there's no budget now. So why nothing has been approved, nothing has been submitted. This is what we are talking about.
But the budget for fiscal year 2024 have been approved, have been passed. Any budget that you're discussing now is the budget for 2025.
And that's the budget that will be acting. That's where implementation, that's what we are talking. That is key to the stuff now. And all of that, and not to argue for Fonati Kofa, Liberal and Jerry, then they are the friends of Fonati Kofa. That's why they are calling for others. So why would not people submit? You are Jerry.
The other guys say Terry talking, just a UP man who behind the plot. My brother, I get 5 cents from UP government. All the big more I'll be making here, Mr. So that is the one that can give me opportunity to talk here. 5 cents I get from UP government. I even know what they're doing, what they're not doing. Are you understand? I'm just speaking my mind, and I'm not against Fonati Kofa. I'm in favor of the rule of law and for the right thing to be done. Equally so, I'm not defending him legwise. I am neutral, and I'm just speaking my mind, and that is what it is.
You can't.
I'm not.
Mr. So,
are neutral on this network.
Mr. So, I was trying to send this audio.
Only you and Dr. Male neutral. Your
was
man
trying to
catcher
send
is
this.
not neutral.
I was trying to, Mr. Saul, I was trying to send this audio to you,
Yeah,
but
so,
I can't.
so yeah, what happened? I'm not
I
going
was
to
trying
be
to send it to you,
people
but
who yes or no. Yes, before I play anything, I make sure I listen to it. I'm not
no.
going to be like,
I was trying to send it to you, but I can't cut it and send it. So I will send the video to you. You can go back the whole video, so you can just. I don't know how you do it, but if you want, I can just play it from right. Yeah, but you don't want to play it. That's all right.
No, not that. Not that we don't want to play. I gotta
But,
know what people here. We don't want to be like other people who they
Oh
CEO.
no. This the video from the show, so that you can see my phone right here. You will hear his voice. You will hear the people talking about. I can send a program to you so you can.
Yeah,
You can
look at it with guys. I mean, I'm expecting these shows to get a lot of stuff. I'm expecting more to surface. But guys, yeah, I think we're gonna go on. Jerry, his liberal deserted him this evening, so you see he's holding
Yeah.
Because you're talking, I'm talking so. No, but yes, I want to say. Yes, I want to say. Dr. Miller.
So we're talking about
This is what I want to say to the dad.
Oh God.
Yeah, what he
This
said.
way is interesting.
Look, listen. Guess what? Circumstantial evidence.
Well, Dr.
Yes.
Toto, where Dr. Toto, who he belongs to now?
Yes. Listen. But let me tell Dr. Miller.
They all want stuff.
Let me tell Dr. Miller.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. The Constitution. Let me say the Constitution. The circumstantial evidence. Yes, someone can be prosecuted and direct based on the circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is also known as a direct evidence. It also used in the case of the lower court or state law or federal case. So that's simple.
So how many people have been thrown behind bar for circumstantial evidence?
Global Mususka.
That's circumstantial evidence?
Yeah. That was said, but you didn't listen to the whole case, Dr. Male. Most of what Global Mususka went to jail for was circumstantial evidence. Is that a lie or Mr. Bacon?
But it's pretty all right.
Yeah. That's the reason they threw the case out.
Colin,
the Supreme Court threw the case out.
Colin, Mr. Bacon is saying you can go behind bar for circumstantial evidence.
Yes. He's right.
All right.
The security analyst is accurate.
To show you that circumstantial evidence don't work, why they took her from there?
It depends. It depends the crime.
No, it's not the question of the crime.
It depends the crime and the condition.
Google it right now. Google it. You Google it. Google it right now.
But anyway, hear my point tonight. Since the men don't want to resign, my concern here right now is
you can resign.
No, my concern here right now is
Wait. You say since the men don't want to resign, so I'm asking, do you want him to resign?
If I were his advisor, yes.
That's my position.
I would tell him to resign to get out of the noise. You know why? I'm telling him for two reasons. The thing that happened, it will happen to the next speaker again. No guy will hurry and go sit down in the hotel again. It will continue to happen. This is a dangerous precedent.
So tomorrow, when 2,000, 3,000 people put together from nowhere, coming from Totam, some from Bapolu and all of those places, and they say we want the president to go, then the president should resign.
No, this is different.
Mr. So don't follow the propaganda then statement. That thing what you're talking there is a propaganda statement.
It's not a propaganda. What we are doing, I don't like crisis. What we try to do here, and that's a problem. Those of you that get aside into this whole thing here, when you think other people can do it, they can do it. I am trying to avoid crisis.
Can you please recognize?
No, nobody recognizing
is that a liberal or is that Sissy? I don't know. They look different.
Nobody recognizing him. CEO. Nobody on the platform to be recognized. Let's move on.
I thought Mali said you are not coming to Lpr again.
That's not your business. You never told you that.
The way, and you are very other there, and I come here again, and I come here. What? Why you
No.
come here for?
No,
You
people
didn't
don't
say
get
that.
vexed on the platform yet. You know we are very tolerant on this platform. We don't
Oh,
get
you
annoyed.
say you are not coming back.
That's
You
a
say you don't want to be
misleading.
part of this again.
Oh,
Why would
no,
draw you back?
you are
The
misquoting me.
liberal. Don't come
That's a
disturb the
Now
show
you
misleading.
come
tonight.
and bring confusion on this.
Don't disturb
Yeah,
the show
I'm
Mr.
bringing
tonight,
So,
liberal.
confusion.
Mr.
You
So,
the one you
Okay,
stood.
Grandma,
You
you're
say
good
yeah,
now.
you don't want to be.
Mr.
Oh,
So,
no, I just
You're
come in
good
there.
now.
You say
no,
good night.
no.
Don't
Yeah, I
good
said,
night.
No, it's possible.
The
Yeah,
time
Mr.
is
So,
late.
Mr.
I see you are
So,
muted.
I
Muted.
want you
Muted.
turn the
Until they can
aspect
run
of
the
the
call.
show over to me. Let me handle it. Let me handle
Wow.
it. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I tell you, say you don't want to come back again. You
The
not come back.
co-host is a
I said,
robust.
Mr. So, I want you to empower me so I can start taking decision right now.
Nobody gonna empower you. You
Mr.
renegade.
So, your co-host is very robust.
Renegade. You renegade.
You know,
Good evening, Mr. So. Let me just say this here
no,
very
no,
quickly.
No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait, please.
Where you come from, said that you just jumped in here.
The platform was very peaceful. Jared just text you to come.
We used to see with your hair, boy. What are you wearing hat for? Take the hat off.
Jared just text you.
Okay, look, I'll be up 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's important, and anybody who wants to wake up with that within that time, that's okay. But we just want to get to the school. What's that?
He can't just there.
The party people, man, they are a problem for all in the country.
Mr. So, thank you. I'm glad to be here again. I'm sorry that I came late, but I was trying to put up 1 or 2 fire here. But look, let me just say this here. I don't know whether you guys already talked about it, about the protest. From my perspective, if they allow that protest, those who organize in that protest, if they allow that protest to go forward, it's going to embolden the renegades, because the protests most likely will not end peacefully. No. And if it goes wrong, the Flanti Kofa bloc and all of the people that are supporting Flanti Kofa will be blamed. And those guys will say, we told you, so these people do not mean well for this country. So I think the protest is not timely. If I was somebody who had contact with Flanti Kofa, who was advising Flanti Kofa, I think Flanti Kofa to step ahead of this thing to take responsibility.
This is timely protest.
Look,
timely protest.
I like these people. I like these. You see these
let
people?
me make my.
You see these people? You see the kind of deception. You see the kind
Let me make my point. Let me make my point.
Mr. So you can come, Mr. To, you can come on this show and make the kind of point on the show here. This is the independent show. You were sitting here before promoting protests against President Weah. From the very get-go.
We're not talking about your corruption. We're not talking about no. Mr. So, I was on the floor. We will not allow you to bring in the corrupt people on this show. Let me say this, Mr. So, can I finish my statement?
Hold on 1 second.
You gotta hold on.
May I finish
No,
my statement, please?
You're not gonna come here on this show.
Mr. Keto got to talk, please.
I gotta talk. Let me talk.
Who are you, Male? You are a deserter. You don't belong here again.
Liberal.
Mr. So, may I please finish my statement?
Mr. Keto got to talk, please.
Let me talk. So let me tell you something, Mr. Celebrity.
Mr. So, can I finish my statement?
Mr. Celebrity, can I get talk?
Request denied.
So that's the thing.
Thank you.
When protests became a bad thing in our country, when protests became bad in our country, let me tell you something. Those laws makers who are sitting down in the RNJ hotel, they are not doing our country justice.
If
it will high fanatic Kofa for people to go on the street and make them to go back to work, let it hurt him.
All right.
Y'all will not come on this platform to put fear in the Liberian people or to say Tapata Iran and we fall for it. These people will make them to go back to work.
You finish?
And because of that, everything will make the government look ugly. Where it will happen?
You finish?
Okay, folks, time has caught up with us.
Mr. So, what do you think? We still got time.
The show is going to end right now. Please.
I told you I'm out tomorrow. Join me if you want to say anything. Join me
5 o'clock in the morning.
we're going to have a conversation. What a
Keton,
beautiful-
thank you very much for putting your point through.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are you going to call
When I see you, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting
the
for?
board of director? Are you going to silence the board of director? And that's why you are saying anything tonight on the
No,
show?
we're ready now. We're ready.
No.
You just,
No,
you just.
Hold on, gentlemen.
No, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic here.
This
Let's
is
be
a
realistic. Hear the man his two questions. Let the man speak for himself. The man came in, and you give him the opportunity to
Mr.
speak.
Parker,
Hold
that you
on,
want to mute you. You got to stop that, please.
This is the same disgruntled behavior.
Yes.
The same thing the Supreme Court told the people, stay, that's the same thing I'm doing now. You're back on that. Is trying to
Mr. Presiding? Mr. Presiding?
The gentleman from Minnesota, you are recognized.
Oh my God.
The gentleman from Minnesota speak before.
Mr. Presiding, I just wanted Makodi. I wanted to speak for Makodi, the liberal, to speak, sir. Honor your gavel.
I second the motion.
Oh, Colin, sorry, you just violated the rule.
What information? What information?
Put information. Let the man speak.
Yeah, put information.
Put information. Let Mr. Toll speak. That's
no, put information before the liberals speak. They take out their hat. We used to see him with all hat on.
The platform was peaceful just now. Oh,
I don't know where the puppet came from tonight.
Because Jared just text him.
Let me make my statement, and you can close your show if you want.
Thank you, sir.
This is what I was going with that. On a very serious note.
You gotta make it short, though.
I will deal with you. Don't worry.
You're good night.
No, Mr. So let me make my point. Let me make my point. Seriously, let me make my point. I won't even pay attention to Male and Jar throwing again. I won't even pay attention. But no, on a very serious note, the protests that these people are planning. First of all, there are so many things I think Jerry Abakan can speak to that. There are so many security issues that is up right now. Too many. The army people, some of them have not gotten paid. The AFS women issues are there. The police are not quite into par. You're going to have a demonstration. From my perspective, I could be wrong. You're going to have a demonstration at this time when the country is not quite on to itself. People who will want to use this opportunity not to carry out the clear protest of what these people are protesting against these people. If this protest happen and something goes wrong, any store that is broken into or anything that happened that will not put the protest in a good light, it will embolden these people to say that Flanty Kofa supporters. Because most of the people that are bringing this protest, they have been speaking, not Flanty Kofa supporter, but they have been speaking for the law. Let the Supreme Court and the people who's supposed to be, let them get involved. Now, the point that I was making here about Flanty Kofa, if I was advising him, to be honest with you, I would tell him to step ahead of this. He's an individual. He can say, I'm not speaking as a speaker, but as a citizen of this country. The protest is not timely, and let's give the system a chance to work itself out. It will work out. Flanty Kofa standing the ground, he said he's not going to resign. That's fine. Let the system work out. Let take out the outside influences into these people's situation.
I said protest master and fellow protest master and fellow protest.
Call your son and tell him, because yesterday you say he will be going for a protest. So call your people then. Your people don't call. Why you can't?
Can you highlight George Toto? Can you highlight Dr. Toto's statement where he pulled out Jenna? Just highlight it.
What Dr. Toto say?
I can't fully disagree with you.
NEC coming to prepare.
No, he said the protest is going on non-stop. No,
No, but CEO, to rather be frank with you, they think liberals say here, they will accuse Kofa for putting this thing together, and it will not be the renegade.
That's
Kofa, they will accuse him for this thing here, and the demonstration go ahead.
we accusing other people for something. That's that. I mean,
Look, now you ain't what your culture stuff about George. George, we and people were crook. And we want to protest against them. We can do that because they were stealing from the people. So we have to protest against them.
Okay. Did I hear you say that? Did I hear you say that? I'm not taking pay. Police not taking pay.
What I got to do with George? We are stealing business.
No, I'm talking about your statement you're making first. You said, did I hear you say that?
So no, you hear me say that.
CEO, can you just give me 2 seconds to address?
Oh, there's nothing. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
You said it. No, Liberal, you said it. You said
no,
the police.
You're not going.
The soldier wife. You said it.
Yeah.
The police.
Those are security.
But that's on the executive. That is not the lawmakers responsible for that.
And that's why I'm saying to you, you think the Liberian people, if something goes wrong with the protest,
I agree. No, I agree with you, Liberal.
The Liberian people are able to separate that. No, they will put everything together to say,
yes, and they will blame me.
So bad, they want their job so bad, you put people children in the street.
That's what I'm saying.
But then you got to agree with us that Francis Kofa need to resign.
So the best thing is to tell him to resign.
No.
He want Esau.
Yeah.
But this the thing, gentlemen. This the thing, right? That's from the beginning of the show I said. From the beginning of the show when I came on, I said, this thing, it lies right in the president's lap. Because one, the government being so dysfunctional. The government, I come in, the government, get chance. This is the independent show. Give chance.
What independent?
Liberal.
Renegade. You call yourself independent? Renegade.
Liberal give chance.
This is not right. This is not right. You are of age. Please, this is not right. Don't come here. Can't dread a command you.
I'm telling you.
Can't dread a police. Tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
I'll be up. Yeah,
I'll watch the show.
5 o'clock in the morning for what?
Just send the link. I'll come in.
For what? 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what time it is here in California?
It's 5 o'clock. It'll be 3 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
I need Akon, I need Terry.
I'll be up.
I'm going to work tomorrow. I'll be 4 o'clock here.
Liberal, not good for you. No problem.
5 o'clock, I'll be up. I'll do it because I'll be up.
Just send the link. Just send the link, brother. So we'll be up.
Just send the link.
Liberal, I'll be on your show tomorrow. Just letting you know now.
You want to report leading the protest?
The protest will be the June 7 protest star of.
Wait, he said, I want to boom people inside the war.
The chicken start eating their own baby.
Once something to a friend of protest, and now you know protest, people not pay that you don't want to pay master like brother.
The police people, the army people,
pay immigration, not pay boss not pay, and now you know, please, you're good night.
Oh, but I think for Mr. Passion, Jerry Barker, you hear something to Mr. Toser when I said he's our line. The police didn't pay. Yeah, what he said? I mean, pay. Yeah, I mean saying it again, like your own celebrity.
In fact, he even said the soldier women not taking pay. I don't know when they were employed.
Good. They're talking about.
All right, good night, folks. You see, we didn't even do our closing argument, but that's fine. That's fine.
We got a show tomorrow. We got a show tomorrow and Tuesday, Jerry. We'll enjoy ourselves.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
Oh, what a shame. People, you're not guys seeing you.
Yeah, we even do our closing argument. Nobody do the closing statement.
Nothing is just argument at the case.
That's fine. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow morning. God willing. We'll see you tomorrow morning. God willing.
Okay then. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Okay, man.
Good night, gentlemen.